morning, Oakwood. Welcome to a very special episode where we are joined by these two gentlemen. Please introduce yourselves now.
I'm Vinnie. I used to be a missionary in Central Asia, now freshman at Oakwood, second semester.
I'm Avery. I've been a missionary over in the Middle East for 16 years.
And what years are you majors?
Uh,
Tell us.
Business management and leadership. So my Shannonites, where are we at?
I'm a general business major at the moment, planning on changing that to the same as his. So,
So, I don't know about you guys, but it's Lent, and I don't know if you guys celebrate Lent, but I do. And so, if you call back to last Wednesday, I remember the date off the top of my head. It was Jim Dunn's chapel service where he wasn't much of a service. It was him talking about that verse over and over again. It was really impactful to me and what I would want from a Lent service, and also what I would like, how I would like to encounter God. So because of that, it inspired me to give up some things for Lent. So I thought maybe we could talk about our feelings about Lent, some of the traditions, and also what we give up for Lent if we're feeling that vulnerable. So.
Yeah, and if I could add on to that, I think one of the things that made that service also so special to me was like it was terrifying for the worship team because like all of the mics were dead because they were left on. So we started this song and the lead singer wasn't able to sing, and then it kind of just threw us off our balance. And it was just neat to see how God used it, even though nothing really went perfectly or as planned. So yeah.
That's something I've been thinking about recently a lot too, is like how it was so cool that God was still using that chapel service in such of a positive manner, Like, even though none of us were prepared for the mics, even as like someone in the audience, like no one was prepared for the mics to stop working. You guys obviously were not prepared for the mics to stop working. And so it was cool to see how God redeemed that, not really redeemed that, but use that situation even still. So that was cool.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start. So for Lent, something that was really challenging laid on my heart was to give up social media. And so for those of you that don't know, I've been doing like all of the background stuff for this podcast. And so it had gotten to the point where like it started to become an idol. Like when I couldn't sleep, I would go to Instagram, check the numbers. I would go to YouTube, check the numbers. I'd go to TikTok, check the numbers. And so that was just like constantly like what I was thinking of was this podcast and trying to fulfill it and trying to do stuff like that. And so it was taking up so much of my mental space that I didn't want to film it because I'm like, I'm really drained right now because I was thinking of it so much. And so that's kind of led on my heart to like kind of step back from the podcast. So now, Ethan, I think you're going to do community management, like social media, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know, Caden, you and Elijah have talked about doing shorts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like the
filming.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Filming that.
cannot edit for the life of me,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't mind like going around filming
Yeah,
something.
no, that'd be cool. So just stuff like that to kind of take the load off me, because it was a lot. Like, honestly, it was a part-time job doing everything for the podcast.
That's crazy.
So it's cool. That's kind of one of the things that God laid on my heart, and the other one I don't feel comfortable talking on this podcast.
Oh, that's
So,
right. That's right.
yeah. Anyone else?
I'll go, I guess. So for those of you that don't know what the season of Lent is and may not have grown up celebrating Lent, Lent is a period of time where you give up something for 40 days. It's to like grow closer with Jesus.
Why do you what's the significance of the 40 days?
Jesus spent 40 days in the wilderness, right?
Well, it's also from.
So it comes back to that, but it also goes back to this is like when Jesus is preparing to die on the cross. So we go 40 days prior to Easter, like 40 days as a resemblance to Jesus' 40 days.
I was gonna ask, is it?
Also,
I couldn't remember if it was to Palm Sunday or Black Friday or Easter.
Black Friday.
Not Black Friday.
Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Bad Friday.
Brain fart. I'm sorry. Anyways. Everyone hates me.
I think it's to Good Friday, right?
Easter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
The Christ is redeemed.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, really? I thought it was to Good Friday.
I always go to Easter.
Oh.
Like, is it Good
Right.
Friday?
I don't.
I thought it was Good Friday.
I'm questioning.
Yeah.
And something I don't know if you guys knew. But
Yeah, if it's a Wednesday.
what?
I'm trying to math, but it's not working. 28:34.
Yeah, no, it ends on
You hungry?
Lent and the Sunday.
Sunday.
Like
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So Sunday,
is.
it ends the beginning of the Holy Week.
Yikes.
Morse code.
And one thing I don't know if you guys do this
SOS.
about Lent, but like,
They're holding
since I grew up like Catholic, and we always celebrated this in my house, but like, I don't know, it could just been a family thing, but like, we weren't allowed to eat meat on, like, red meat on Fridays, you had to eat fish. So-
That's a Catholic thing.
Okay, that's a Catholic thing, but yeah, so that's another thing that adds on to Lent too.
Yeah, that's kind of
just-
Or like,
that's something that's impacted my life too. So like I was raised in like a predominantly Catholic area, and so all the restaurants only serve fish on Fridays, which was just an interesting thing. But
I don't mind it, I think it's kind of a cool thing to do.
going off of the 40 days, I always thought it was real interesting, all the different, like, I don't want to say like numerology, but it's like numbers that mean stuff in the Bible.
Yeah,
Like,
40 pops up a lot.
Yeah, 40 is normally a number with like trials and stuff. Like there's
12.
Lent, there's
It's 12.
the 40 days in the
7.
wilderness, 40 years in the wilderness. Jesus was in the desert for 40 days, stuff like
40
that.
days, 40 nights, the storm. Of
Yeah,
Noah.
yeah. No, that's the other one. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's just a thought. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Interjecting.
That's cool. That's always something I'm thinking about too when I read. Like a lot of the same numbers come up all the time, and so I just think it's an interesting way to like to remember. Like, oh yeah, like God's still working. You know, like he still uses those things, and he has some things that he likes to show ways he moves in others. So, yeah. Anything else?
Good.
Go ahead.
Okay,
No.
I'll go.
You go.
I don't know. I think it might be Russian Orthodox, and for Lent they give up like flour or something. I forget if it's yeast or flour or something. But they have like these special pancakes they call blinchki. It's basically crepes, and they just eat crepes, like a ton of crepes for the entire time.
And that's
So,
not all bad.
No,
I'd be
it's-
down for that.
yeah, it's good.
That sounds nice.
I probably eat like 15 if I tried.
Grapes are so good. I love grapes.
And that you can put jam, you can put meat, you can put different kinds of things on it.
I don't think
They're
I
so
ever had
good.
a crepe.
It's just a
You're
thin pancake,
joking.
basically.
Really?
Bro, we can go to IHOP
Dude, crepes
tonight and have
No, we
grapes.
talked-
No, isn't
No, it's
tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the pancake
Yeah, for
day.
those of you who don't know, oh wait, this isn't gonna air
Yeah.
in time. But
It's not gonna
on the
hurt.
28th,
Losers.
February 28th is like International Pancake Day or whatever. So
So-
IHOP gives away free pancakes
Well,
from 7 to
technically-
7. So.
Oh, okay. I was about to say if we go at midnight, then technically it's the next day. So
No, they just
No.
do 7 a.m. to 7
I'm
p.m.
not waking up at 7 a.m. for some pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No,
I'm
we can go
going
in the
to-
evening.
We go for.
I can't. I'm going
Yeah,
in the morning.
that's his thing. We have to work
Wait,
around
when in the
his
morning?
schedule 'cause he's spatial.
I'll probably go like 8.
You can go in the
If we
morning.
go to like 11, that'd be perfect for me.
I have class at 11.
Yeah.
So I can't. Nah, Drew, I got practice at 8:30, and then I got a meeting with Enzer, and then I have
Sounds like a you
class.
problem.
So, and then I have work later, so I can't.
Well, you can go in the morning. We can go in the evening. It'd be
I'll
cool.
just go by myself, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll eat some free pancakes. And stuff. It's alright.
Is there a limit, or can you just like?
I
It's
think,
like-
I think it's just one small stack.
Yeah, it's just a.
But like if you come back in 2 hours.
Oh, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know if
know.
they'll
That's
recognize
not
you
your
because
face.
Is that ethical though?
there's probably gonna be like.
Yeah. Is that?
Yeah.
IHOP's probably gonna be packed. Maybe I don't know.
What?
They only have like 2 waitresses too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
service is always awful there.
Oh, don't.
Well, like
I'm
they're
sorry,
but
but
they're
they're-
nah, they're
Those
nice.
ladies
like,
practically raised me. Actually, they one that like
Kids
worked there
raised you.
forever. Like quit this.
It explains
past
a
year.
lot,
It made me
man.
actually sad. Like I shedded a tear when she told me. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go work here now." And I was just like, "Who's supposed to give me free chocolate?" She always gave me free chocolate milk.
Oh, and
So
who's?
nice.
How often did you go?
You don't have a
IHOP?
chalky milk
Huh? We
fix?
went like after every football game. We'd either go to IHOP or B-Dubs.
Really?
Is there beat ups here?
No,
Was
anymore.
like legit right before. No, the first week of last year.
Oh my gosh.
You just scrolling
First
through
week of
Instagram.
first semester last year.
You just scrolling through.
Oh.
Oh,
We
no.
had one, and
I
then
threw
they shut
8.
it down.
What? Dang.
Yeah,
8.
because of COVID, they lost a lot of workers.
Dang.
But-
Alright.
8.
So next one is like just you guys specifically as missionary kids. So like just your experiences coming to that and like I've always heard of these classes like kids have like American culture classes. Like did you guys have to do that coming in or like were you well cultured? I guess.
Uncultured swine.
Basically. No, I mean, I how it basically worked is I went to like a missionary kids school for high school for 4 years. So I did a bit of like local language school before that and 2 years of homeschool. But so I did have a bit of an idea, like, you know, I spoke English well enough. It's not like English was a second language to me, and we spoke English at home. But when we did come back, I did do a 2-week thing just this past summer. It's called a reentry camp, and it's basically like a camp, but for 2 weeks, and you just learn about how like relationship building process and some things like that are different because it is really different.
That's actually like as little as I've studied like different cultures. That's always one that stuck out. It's like how like interpersonal you like interact and how you build relationships like are always different between different cultures. So.
Yeah. If you want me to explain that a little bit.
Go ahead, you can dive deep.
So the one that I went to was mainly like about missionary kids, because even missionary kids can be different from the culture that they grew up in. But there tends to be like this general missionary kid kind of vibe all across the world, whether they interact with each other or not. But like, so missionary kids tend to talk about deep things first and go really deep, really quick. And you share like your deep interests. And then if that interests you about the other person, then you spend time together. Whereas in Western culture, you would spend time together and then decide if you want to share those deep things or deep thoughts or stuff like that. So oftentimes, you know, to missionary kids, Western people can look like very standoffish and like they're just shallower and pushing you away. And then to Western people, it can look like missionary kids are just like have no boundaries or respect for like personal space. But yeah. That's kind of sums up everything we learned.
Interesting.
I, however, did not go through a re-entry camp. I could have, but like far away. I wanted to work, get money, so I didn't end up doing it.
Respect the grandson.
Yeah, but
Got that dog in
I mean, look at it.
you. Look at it.
no,
Avery's a working man.
I worked landscaping, and this is one of the hottest summers in Oklahoma. So
It was insane this summer.
I was a little surprised how decent like I survived through it. So
That's fun.
Tan boy.
I was. I was. Farmer's tan.
Wasn't it hot over there in like the Middle East area though?
It gets pretty hot. It's kind of humid like Oklahoma, but where I live in a big city, so all the concrete just like amplifies all the heat around you, and it feels gross.
Yeah, I'm sure. That would,
And we don't have pools in our backyards.
yeah, that would,
Well, AC's not a big thing over outside of U.S., right? Like in a lot of countries, it's not a big thing.
It's starting to become, at least where I lived. Like we just got an air conditioner like 2 years ago.
Really?
They're pretty expensive over there. I mean, they're probably expensive here, but like I think they work a lot better here. Like people value air conditioning so much in the States.
If I'm not mistaken, a good AC unit for a house would be around $10,000.
Why do you know that?
Cause ours sucks.
It's my calculation.
My dad's like, well, I don't want to buy a new one. So
If you take in the approximate price of the copper piping, and then you add that on top of the steel, and then you get the insulation.
Break it down for us.
I didn't say all that.
It would be
You did.
approximately
Well, actually,
$10,000.
You guys are making this up in your mind.
No, I heard that. I heard you say those exact words
exact
Wayne.
words.
right now. Did you
Replay
not
it.
just hear me say
Replay
it for you?
Run it back, Turbo. Run it back.
Shut up.
I don't sound anything
Was
like
that like supposed to be like a scratch? Just.
I can't do it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Hey, what's the DJ name his kid? So what was the like for you guys? What was the biggest like surprise coming from like overseas culture to American culture?
I think probably clothing was a pretty big one for me this summer. I mean, it was hot, and I understand, but I remember coming back and being like, wow, everyone wears no clothes, or everyone dresses, you know, in like shorts and a baggy t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, it's one or the other. And like you have people who are not athletic who dress like in athletic stuff, and it's like, I don't know. I'm used to like people dressing like a bit nicer, and then if you're athletic, then you dress athletically, so it makes sense. But yeah, just coming back, I was like, wow, that's kind of different.
He's talking about you.
Yeah.
I'm wearing jeans.
You and me.
I don't think that's a bad thing, just saying, but that was just something that was very different.
where I'm from, a lot, especially in teenagers, like all the wear is all black.
Really?
Even like during the summer, like long pants, t-shirts, because there it's like no one wants to really stand out, everyone in America, like, they stand out. They look different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Individualism.
Individualism.
Yeah, we're Americans. We like to be independent.
You know what it feels like to drive an F450.
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 All right, so Ethan, I think you said you had a question for these two.
Yeah, I do. So, relating back to like missionary work, so what do you guys like about it, and what do you guys dislike about it?
Wanna go?
Take it away.
Okay. One thing I'd say I definitely like about it is we get a lot more cultural experience than any other. I would say most other kids, because we not only do we get to go to the countries that we're stationed in, but we get to travel around other countries, meet people from that have lived in other countries or different backgrounds, and I think that's eye-opening.
Right.
And I think it helps shape our perspective, which I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, negative, you see a lot of people come and go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how most people, they would have like one best friend that might move away when they're growing up. When you're overseas, it feels like it's a lot more common.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those faces, like, you've known for a long time, and they're gone.
Yeah.
So I would say that's definitely one of the tougher things that is challenging.
Okay.
Sounds like it'd be perfect for a loner like me. Shut up.
Bring serious emotions. Vinny.
We need something to lighten the mood. Probably, I'll start with the thing I dislike. Kind of going off what Avery was saying, it's very impermanent. I don't know if that's a word, impermanent, like not permanent. Like, you don't know if you're going to be living there in the next 6 months or a year. Like, usually you can take things kind of a year at a time because that's how long people plan for. But, you know, your friend could be gone in a year and you never see them again. We were in one particular location for like 13 or 14 years, and we've just seen a ton of people come and go, and it hasn't exactly been a fruitful place. So it's kind of discouraging to see people leave, and yet there's so much work, you know, and so much need still. And yeah, also, it feels like you can kind of fit in everywhere, but you also can't really fit in anywhere. So, yeah.
This is weird in between.
It's a really weird in between.
Yeah.
And then the thing I like, I don't know, food is pretty freaking amazing. Like,
Yeah. I know, like, both of you had made stuff from like your respective countries, and like it's been really good.
yeah,
So.
I gotta make that. Actually,
Yeah,
speaking
you
of
I wasn't able to have it.
It's because you're
I was
lame.
really mad.
Look at yourself, and you want that kind of food? No.
actually just this coming Thursday, I'm actually doing a meal for the business professors. All except for one couldn't make it. Yeah, and
Call 'em out.
I'm gonna be making. It's called plof, and it's like a rice dish. So yeah, food is pretty cool, but if you get it from the wrong place, you can get like food poisoning for 6 days. That's my record.
Wow. That's my record.
Yeah.
Wow.
We went to this like it's like a wrap place to get food with my friend. Wrap.
Yeah.
Rat.
No, we do not eat rats. It's like a wrap, and there's like 18 to 20 of them on one road, different stores. They all sell the exact same thing. But each of them has like a different name and is its own store. So we're going there, and he's like, you know what? He graduated from our school. He came back to visit for a couple days. He's like, I want this. Let's go to this one over here that doesn't have any customers and support the one with no customers. But after living there, you know, I mean, and probably most people realize this, you don't go to the one with no customers because that means the meat has been sitting out for a long time, and that's the dangerous one. So we both got terrible food poisoning. Like, I think we went on a Sunday, and it wasn't until like the next Saturday that
my God.
I was finally
Did you
okay.
I've never had
guys
food
eat it
poisoning.
all, or like was
Yeah,
it?
or no, it was good when we ate it. And it's just afterwards it was awful. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had food poisoning at all overseas, which is crazy. But I do know someone that had it and they had to be escorted off a plane in an ambulance because it was so bad. Yeah. I was like, ooh.
Gastric exorcism at 40,000 feet.
Get this person
That would be crazy.
Yeah. I'm saying.
What was our next thing?
I mean, you're just so fast at transition.
I'm sorry, I was just.
Yeah. So our final topic is like
Why do I even school?
Tips for transitioning from like a homeschool life or like a high school life into college. Like, what are things you wish you would have known going into last semester? Or I guess, Caden, your first semester.
Yeah.
Because you're old.
Transitioning from high school to college, I think one thing I would like to know, I guess I would say how it's not necessarily overbearing important, but it is important to know what field you want to go in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people like me, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I went and just took
Good talk.
yeah,
I don't think I have like the same-
concurrent classes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I just took concurrent classes my first semester, and then jumped into business classes my second semester. And it didn't necessarily hurt me, but there's some classes that I missed that are important to my major now, my first semester. So that would have been nice.
Mhm. Concurrent, is that the ones like high schoolers take as well?
Yeah.
That's
We
the,
need a lot
It's,
of gen
it's
ed
like
classes.
yeah,
Yeah, we
gen
call
ed.
them dual
Gen ed
credits.
Yeah.
for concurrent.
okay.
Elijah?
What? I don't know, man. I had a pretty easy transition. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know, man.
I'm very good with the flow. Man.
Wait, so all the nights that you're crying yourself to sleep, you
I was
called
not
that
crying
an easy
myself to sleep.
transition?
I was quietly sobbing.
You just
No.
hear it like you just. It's my mama.
I thought that was a call.
Sorry.
I don't know. Go to events, go to stuff, meet people. Don't
Get
be a
plugged
loser.
in.
Yeah.
Don't be a dorm rat.
Yeah, don't be a
Ooh.
dorm rat.
Shout out to all the dorm rats.
I know too
Yeah.
many of those.
Also, that's
Don't be
something-
you.
That's
You're
something that I
dumb.
highly push to in our quad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is to go to all the events.
And
be
that's what I'm so
active.
thankful for Word for. Is like Word like forces you to get out of your quad and like
Yeah.
not outside your quad, but like outside of your room, like actually engage with people,
Yeah.
which I think is really cool.
Yeah. That's cool. Make sure you're like, you don't have to be like, you're not like, college is cool because it's like an in between independence and of life, and then also
Dependence.
yeah, it's interdependence. It's almost like they have a word for that. What? I'm being sarcastic with myself, not you.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I know you're good.
Okay. But yeah, cause like, make sure you know how to do laundry. There's a lot of people here that don't. know
Yeah,
how to do
that's-
laundry.
Yeah,
That's
like
so
the
crazy.
first month
crazy.
is awful.
Yeah.
For you?
Well, no,
Oh.
how to do laundry.
Just
I
a
know
laundry
how to do
room.
Know how to do your laundry.
The
Know
laundry
how
room in
to.
general.
Yeah, the laundry room's so bad. Right?
Know how to
It's a
make-
lot better this semester
Yeah.
though.
I love
Yeah.
laundry.
Do you guys remember going in there just being like socks all
Yeah.
over?
There's
the
still
place?
socks.
Bro, I don't
Yeah.
think the trash can has been emptied at all.
I don't think
Yeah.
I
Like I think it's
The only thing that's in there is just dryer
Like,
sheets, right?
yeah.
so it needs to be emptied.
No,
It's
no,
full.
and socks. Someone went in there one of the days, took every single sock and just put it in the trash can.
Good
I
on
mean
them.
that's valid.
Know
Yeah.
how to do your laundry.
I was
know how to
about
clean up after yourself, like, because you're gonna have to straighten up your room.
Or just live with other
vacuum.
people.
Please
Yeah,
take
live with
your
other
lint
people too.
out of the drying machines.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
that's a
Please
big
don't
thing.
be that guy.
That's a
I had
huge
to
fight.
turn
I have to clear it
my
out every
load,
time.
Yesterday, I had to turn it on twice on dryer because I didn't check the lint trap, and it was
Why?
like absolutely full.
Make sure you know basic hygiene. It's like, don't be embarrassed if you don't know. Just like
Yeah.
learn.
Ask
Take a
ask
shower
questions.
every day. Brush your teeth.
Twice a day.
deodorant.
Don't just leave it there. Brush your teeth twice a day.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say twice a day. I don't brush my teeth twice a day.
Important.
It's
Disgusting.
repulsive.
I don't know.
You make me gag.
You know, it's really cool that not a lot of, I know guys don't do it often. They should wash their face sometimes.
I wash my face, just not with
Why
all the
you-
fancy schmancy kind of things.
I just take my body
Yeah.
wash and I go.
That's
Legit.
really not healthy.
I just use water.
That's not good.
That's fine.
I just. How is it not good?
But yeah, there's a lot of like,
It's just
it's-
not for your.
It's body wash.
it's
My face is
body
my
wash.
body.
No, it's
This
so
is-
different.
What's
Neck down is
what's
body.
the
Your skin
difference?
on your face is different than your skin.
Yeah,
on
you
your
got.
body.
Although
Hey,
they do
'cause
have
you're-
someone say head and shoulders.
Yeah.
Because
that's,
naturally your
like,
skin's gonna break out
head
more
and
on your
shoulders.
face.
Your face
Four
is
in
the
one,
part
four
of
in
your-
one.
When I
Your
do
skin's
it, it
gonna
breaks
get
out like
drier
that.
on your
Head
face
and
more than on your body. So you need to be hydrated.
I don't like feeling an oily nose, and when I use my body wash, my nose
Yeah,
is
it feels
oily.
squeaky clean, right?
Yeah,
That's
feels
not
good.
good.
That's because you're
That's not good.
stripping out everything that your body
Yes.
needs to be healthy. Your face needs to be healthy.
And
Oh, that's why you look like a little baby.
Ooh, baby.
Just yeah, no basic. Yeah, know how to do basic stuff, even if that means like knowing how to microwave food, because there's gonna be times
Is
where
there
you
diff-
can't get to the calf.
Did you not know how to microwave food?
No, I do. I'm just saying, like, some people should know how to. Like, there's
Just know how to
Microwave
do it.
etiquette.
If you plan on
Yeah.
going to Oakwood, don't bash the calf. Like, yes, it kind of sucks because you're there every day.
They're so nice.
But the food is actually good, and don't
Yeah.
be a jerk to the staff.
Yeah.
Please.
They're very nice people.
Yeah,
Like they're all angels.
they are.
Love them. And the food's pretty good. So although
All things I've had worse.
Yeah,
You know.
100%. I've had
Yeah.
worse food.
I mean, yeah,
My
it's not a
school
5-star
cafeteria was
restaurant.
terrible.
In America,
But-
right?
My school cafeteria was
Yeah,
terrible.
food is so good. We're great. We're like, ooh, American food, fries, chicken nuggets, burgers every meal, and they're just like, these are horrible.
Just saying,
You're
I
like,
went.
You have no idea.
I went to this camp once. It was a week, and they barely fed us anything. This was like a local, like a camp from the local country. This was our big experience. We ate so like everything they gave you, you ate because you were starving, and it was so awful. But it tasted so good. So if you need food, it will taste good. You can only complain about food when you have too much. You know.
America.
Yeah.
That's
This is
America.
America.
If you're hungry, anything tastes good.
Vinny, do you have any?
Oh, transition stuff. What was the question exactly again?
Like,
just what was
advice.
something you would want to know going into your freshman year of college?
Advice for
Oh.
people that might come here in the spring. Not that I don't know if anybody that they wouldn't know about good morning Oakwood unless they were. I don't know.
We know some people that are going to Oakwood.
Well, like I mean, like that are
that watch the
listening to this.
podcast.
That
Yeah.
don't listen. It
Yeah.
doesn't-
I mean, I could send.
Keep going.
Anyhow, for me, it'd probably be. I would have liked to know my senior year that it would be better to build habits while you're comfortable in your home and not when you're uncomfortable. Like I kind of procrastinated on a lot of things, just thinking like, oh, when I get to college, it'll be different. But when you get to college and things are different, you default to whatever you're used to.
I also did that.
So yeah, like habits with video games, eating, hygiene. I didn't really struggle with the hygiene much, but
Yeah.
um,
I'm glad.
yeah, and time management, and also
Yeah.
for me especially turning assignments in on time,
Mhm.
because the school I came from, it was like you basically just had to turn it in by the end of the quarter or the semester, and they wouldn't count any points off. So yeah, and then coming to Oakwood where you turn it in a minute late in the business area and it's like 30% off, that's
70. It's insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have
big shock.
I have a spreadsheet to make sure because like
I've seen your spreadsheet.
yeah, I love it. I recommend setting up some sort of planner
Yeah.
to map out because
Yeah.
like this semester all my assignments are like in Brightspace, but sometimes professors will have all the assignments. Well, I think like every professor will have it in the
They're
syllabus.
supposed to have it, like your entire class go on the syllabus, but sometimes you get bad professors who just refuse to do it.
Sure.
So.
But yeah, like sometimes it'll be like your homework for this week is in the syllabus. They just expect you to know. So
Yep.
make sure you're checking everything every week. Put stuff in planners. It's so nice.
Like going to college, the biggest thing I had to do was learn time management and
Yeah.
like develop a planner.
Yeah, because like
that was something I always hated doing in like middle school. Like they would give us planners from the school and you'd have to
Yeah.
write down all your assignments. Like this
Yeah.
is stupid. I hate this.
They do
So I would
planner
never-
checks.
Yeah, and I would never do it. And so then I always get points taken off because I wouldn't do it. But looking back, like that's one of those things I wish I actually would have put effort and time into doing and making a habit of because it's so helpful now. Like I know you keep like a physical planner. Like I just have a sticky note on my computer. It shows me all my due dates that are coming up, and I have like calendar reminds on my
Yeah.
phone too. So
my senior year, all my homework was done by the time I left school because I had an easy year. But like here, you have like 12 to 17 hours where you're actually in class, and then
And each
But then,
class
like-
has like 6 hours on top of that worth of homework.
yeah.
Each week.
So you gotta
or supposedly.
yeah.
There's some
More or
classes that
less.
don't, but
I
there's
got,
some
like-
classes that for sure do.
there's
We
some
don't
classes that have too
Algebra.
much and some that don't have
Algebra
enough.
isn't too much, but I'll just like round
We're
the
not
line.
complaining about the ones that don't have enough. Though.
No.
Dear Godson, please be that professor.
Yeah,
Avery?
Miss Lynn is
Okay.
I love
I
those classes.
think
because I actually retain a lot from her classes.
she's very good. Professor.
Sorry.
I'm the only one here that came from homeschool, at least in high school. So
But he doesn't look like a homeschool kid.
No, you don't act like a
No, yeah.
homeschool.
No.
thank you.
Yeah, thank God.
No, I love it. I had a conversation.
There's a lot of people who are homeschooled that
Elijah.
Yeah.
Elijah acts like he's
I
homeschooled.
had a conversation with Josh the other day. I was like, you don't really. And this sounds really. I was like, you don't act at all like a homeschool kid. Because we were in class and we were listing off stereotypes and stuff, and so Miss Lynn asked like stereotypes about homeschoolers. And
Is she
I called out Josh. He works at Chick-fil-A, so I was like, works at Chick-fil-A. It was funny. Everyone laughed.
It's pretty funny.
I
We're all very
But-
proud of
Slayed
him.
that class.
We high-fived him, everyone in the class.
Everyone. They
Actually-
went like legit. Everyone stood up. I was sitting right there. Everyone stood up and like walked around, just continuous high fives.
Does that mean
Stop
if, like,
whispering
if
among
I went to
yourselves.
Chick-fil-A, I would have been falling into that stereotype?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to the homeschool thing. I think there's definitely going to be a transition phase. At least there was for me. Like classroom settings are different. I will say the one thing that really was easy for me though is having all my work basically online. That was an easy transition. Like I was comfortable working on my computer, doing assignments and stuff. But sometimes I need to spend more time in the library just to focus. Storm life is kind of wild. But yeah, I would say that was the biggest thing for at least the homeschool part of it.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, I didn't find. I came to school and I was like, okay, I was expecting school to be a whole lot harder, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I mean, it still was kind of hard, but I kind of got used to it and found a groove, which was I felt really useful, and assuring that you can make it through the rest of the year, or even later. So that was good. One thing I definitely think people should value more though when they transition is sleep, because
Go to sleep on time.
that'll help you with classes that are early in the morning.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
It's literally like the first thing that gets thrown out the window in college. Like that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what I did. And I even had like
Wow.
I had 6:30 workouts last semester for golf. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I had 6:30 workouts, and I was still up to like midnight, 1 o'clock on those nights. So like
Unfortunately.
sleep was not good last semester. We're getting better though.
Have you heard the thing where like you have 3 S's in your life? You have sleep, social, and studies, and you only have time for 2. So
Yeah.
you have sleep and studies. You give up social. You have social studies. You give
I
up
think sleep is down there for me.
Yeah. Sleep is 100%.
8-hour gang.
You get 8 hours of sleep every night.
Yep.
That's impressive.
7 to 8.
I'm averaging like 7 now. I was worse last semester, I think.
That's so nice.
Last semester, it was terrible for me. Me and my roommate, we would stay up. There was a lot of nights where we stayed up till like 3, just doing whatever, and then it was like our whole quad. Like we were late night.
We stayed up a lot last semester too.
We did.
Also, shout out Vinnie. He's a true friend. Woke me up in science the other day.
Yeah.
During
I
class?
saw
Yeah, he like
Wow.
woke me up.
I saw Michael falling asleep, and he was like, I wasn't falling asleep. I just had a headache, so I was closing my eyes. I was like, whatever. So I like nudged him awake, and then Michael's like, you shouldn't be waking me up. You should be waking Thomas up. And he points to Thomas. I look over, and Thomas is like passed out, like dead asleep. So I like poked him in the ribs.
I was up till like 2 a.m. that night.
Hey, I know some smart people that take nap time during chapel.
Yeah.
Not actually smart.
Smart.
Yeah, not actually smart.
So smart
Cut.
during
They think it's
honors.
smart.
Isn't it like almost every chapel?
Well,
it's literally
here-
every
look at it
couple
this
I
way:
see him.
the thing that they could be doing is God could be speaking to him in dreams or visions, right?
Yeah, or
They're just in a deep prayer.
That
the
is a
whole time.
lame
Yeah.
excuse.
No, he's.
I'm making this one up. I'm not giving it for them.
He's woken up. He's just like, dude, I was having such a good dream. I'm like, okay, what was it about? He's like, I don't even remember.
And you
Oh, Wesley.
Okay, I'll name drop him.
Oh, I thought you already said his
We
name.
just
Oh, my bad.
bleep his name.
No.
Everyone knows.
Yeah, he gets called out for
Sorry.
sleeping during. No, but yeah,
It's my cousin.
he's
by
in
the way.
honors.
You weren't supposed to
He's
say
an
that.
honors student. That's rough. So I guess my big thing is like I've always been big on this. Like, don't embarrass yourself. Like,
Mr. Eagle.
I think I embody that really well. This
Yeah.
semester isn't going embarrassing yourself.
Fireflies.
I think it's just a cool thing you can do to make new people.
I thought you said don't embarrass yourself.
No,
I'm
it's
like,
like, do.
brother,
No,
what?
do.
No, do embarrass
Yeah,
yourself. Like,
no, for sure.
Go out, be an idiot, make some stupid decisions.
And the thing
just
is-
What kind of stupid?
You're
That's
only
how
in
you get
college.
there-
There's a
once,
level, right?
ideally.
don't
You gotta stop.
sin. Just be silly. Is what I
Yes.
meant.
Be silly.
Be a silly goose.
You word twisters. You.
Like, 'cause
And
no
then
one-
we want
no
you
one
to
really
clarify. We
gets it.
want you to
Oh, yeah.
You
clarify.
be goofy, that's how you get the unlimited riz.
Oh, you would know.
No, I wouldn't know actually.
You see that one video? It's like sometimes it's like really embarrassing.
Man just whips out the guitar.
Just be goofy,
No,
silly,
but, like,
goofy, quirky.
Yeah.
I think it's important
That
to
be a quirky.
like know
quirky
yourself
guy.
and like go out and embarrass yourself, because like that's how you make relationships. Like that's how you build friends. Like I think that's how I think we all became as friends. Is like we weren't like one thing. Like I think another big thing that goes along with like embarrassing yourself is just go out and like invite yourself to things.
Yeah.
Like I think that's
Yeah.
a big part, especially
Well,
like your first semester, like not semester the whole first semester, but like halfway through your first semester to like maybe November. Like just invite yourself to things. So like,
Sure.
hey, I know you guys are going to QT. Do you mind if I join? Or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like it builds, like you're experiencing new people, so you're not just solely like stuck on yourself. But you're also like doing things too, and it gets you in a group atmosphere. I think it's a big thing. Just invite yourself.
Yeah.
And friend groups are still open at that point,
Oh, yeah,
so
100%.
you know.
Even like upperclassmen are still looking for friends and stuff like that. Like I think me and you are such good friends because
oh, sorry. Go. I just saw
No.
something.
You got a brain blast.
you had a brain blast. You got
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Go.
Don't be boy or girl crazy, please.
Amen.
Please.
Amen.
It's so bad. No, because listen, a lot of people come in and they're like, okay, I'm gonna meet my soulmate in college.
Oh my
Like
gosh,
a lot of
that's so
people,
cringy.
yeah, like a lot of people
Especially
meet
Christian
their
colleges.
Yeah.
their wives and husbands in college. Like my parents met in college. That's my aunt and uncle met in college. My other aunt, no, never mind.
They met in drug ring.
No, they. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But like yeah, there's a decent chance, especially at like a Christian university that values like marriage.
Don't give that
I
to
guess.
him.
Sorry, but like, yeah, you might meet your wife or husband here, but the first 3 weeks, guys, don't like
Don't put
people.
pressure on it.
People, I feel like are like so hooked on like, okay, who here is going to be my boyfriend or girlfriend? Like just chill,
No,
man.
yeah.
Make some
Get your
friends.
priorities straight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Get good grades.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's like it's
Don't you
okay.
want to be the person that can get a good career and provide for that person?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
long term.
It's like
Your priorities list in college: God, you, school, everything else.
Yeah.
Yep.
why was God so far down?
God was first.
God was
God's
first.
I thought I could have sworn.
No, he
I
said
said
God,
God,
you,
you.
school.
School.
Oh, I thought you
everything
said
else.
your priorities are college. Priorities in college. Okay, never mind. I heard wrong.
Yeah, your priorities in college should be God, you, school, everything else.
I say just don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's what your whole 18 through 20 is for. So just don't be afraid to make mistakes.
I mean, about that, I think there is like value in hearing from someone and like, I don't know, talking to experienced people and not having to make the same mistakes, but at the same time, that's how you learn, right?
Yeah.
Like some things you just need to do by yourself.
That's how you learn the best sometimes.
Don't like purposely seek mistakes, but like,
Yeah.
don't put pressure
Yeah.
on doing everything perfect.
I will say something that I enjoy about making mistakes, especially like when it comes to assignments. I like going to the feedback thing and just going, okay, what am I going to improve on for next time?
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, I love that feeling of being able to improve.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Like that kind of like grabbed hold of me. I know I just cut you off,
Oh, you're good.
but
Probably
like
gonna say the same thing.
evangelism was one of the classes I'm taking this semester, and like the first paper we turned in, they gave us the rubric, and I like got it like a 60 on it. Like that kind of sucks. And so then like it like pushed me to like get 100 on the next paper.
Sure.
Because like I put so much more effort into the second paper than the first paper, and like it
Mhm.
felt so more rewarding to like not just get 100, but to make that 40 points up.
You got 100 on it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Nice.
That feels better than getting 100 on the first one and the next one because it felt
Yeah.
easy, right? Feels like you're improving.
exactly.
And it's like strategy, you know, you got to figure out what a professor wants, how you're going to write, how you're going to change.
Yeah, exactly. Elijah, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I do like when professors will have feedback on different assignments.
Okay.
It's like for Dr. Fullingham's Old Testament class. You're in it. You're in it.
Yep.
All three of us are in it. You're not in
I was
it.
in it
No.
last
I
semester.
took it last year.
I know, but he'll like if you put notes on your reading log and you have like questions about something you read in the Old Testament, he'll go in depth and like
Mhm.
answer it. Give you a whole like paragraph. It's
That was
awesome.
something really cool that I
Yeah.
thought too, because he did that last year.
Yeah.
There was one time we did something over Song of Songs, and I talked about it, and he like fully like elaborated like what I
Yeah.
asked. I don't exactly remember what I did.
Yeah, I was like
But
confused.
it was like a full on like 2-3 paragraphs. And I was like, that's
Wow.
really cool.
Yeah, because I had a question about some verse in Ruth, like just one verse, and he gave me like a whole 5-sentence like breakdown of what happened. It was awesome.
Not gonna lie, Ruth is a cool book. I think it's pretty cool.
Ruth is a good story. It'd make a good movie. I like Ruth.
You want to make it?
Nah, I can't make
This is
it.
Veggie Tales. You can't compete with that.
True.
Dude, I don't think I've seen. Yeah, I have. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's the one that. I mean, we don't have to get into that, but I'm pretty sure it's the one that like made them broke basically. And then Jonah was supposed to like pull them out of being financially gone, and it didn't go as well as they thought, and then they had to sell the thing, and that's why it's different now.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, quick question. Favorite Veggie Tales?
I never watched
Or Veggie Tales silly songs?
He's Catholic. And
Where's my hairbrush?
Where's my hair?
That's
That's
goated.
the
I
only
mean,
choice. That's the best one.
Which one?
Where's
Listen.
my hairbrush?
Oh, okay, yeah. That's the best like song.
Wait, are we talking about songs or like
Silly
No,
songs.
anything.
or, yeah.
Anything is good.
Episodes.
I personally was addicted to Larry Boy.
Larry Boy?
Larry Boy
I
was
love
cool.
watching
Larry Boy was so.
It was
cool.
way better than what it should have been.
Me and my
Yeah.
friend had, he had like all the Larry Boy toys, and we would just like play with those when I went to his house.
So this is kind of outside of the VeggieTales universe, but it relates to VeggieTales, like the VeggieTales remix by Show Rama.
Never heard of that.
Never heard.
Or
Cool.
Shama, not Show Rama, Shama. Look it up. It's pretty good.
Veggie Tales remix.
Yeah, it's a VeggieTales remix. He has another song called the Worship Song. That's pretty funny. I might play it. I might play clips of it here for the podcast, but they're pretty funny.
Both of them involve food. The hamburger one.
Oh, I want my cheeseburger.
That's so weird that-
I knew like all the
Okay,
words.
That's funny that vegetables are talking about cheeseburgers.
What is a cheeseburger in the universe of vegetables? Like, it,
Yeah.
not to get
No,
dark,
man.
but like,
Where does the meat come from?
Hold on.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Where does the meat come from?
No, don't worry.
If
Tell us,
in a
Thomas.
universe
You
of
got
all
answers?
veggies,
No, it's not all veggies because remember, there's one where Larry talks
do
about
they
his
grow
Cebu.
meat?
And how are the pickles made?
Larry,
Cebu.
no.
And they also have the
Larry,
monkey
no.
song.
It's called.
It doesn't have
it's
a tail,
special
monkey's
concept.
teeth, even though it has a monkey teeth.
just get
That
salt
one, they have songs about
waterboarded.
animals. That one and
That's
so
dark. My bad.
Does that mean that they grow meat?
doesn't
Like
matter.
how we grow vegetables?
I think they're just cannibals. Is what
That's
we're all
weird.
implying.
Yeah.
How does
Pizza
it-
Angel was.
Do you think vegetarians like watching VeggieTales?
It gives
Okay,
them a
should ask
soul,
the
so I
vegetarian.
guess so.
Maybe.
No.
Or maybe they feel conflicted by that.
VeggieTales don't have souls.
Huh?
The VeggieTales.
They don't have souls?
They don't
There was
have
like
souls?
someone told me there was something like in their specific language how they talk. Like God loves you. They don't say God loves us because
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have heard about that.
vegetables don't have souls.
God
No,
loves
oh,
us.
there's a song where it was like Larry and Bob are in Argentina, and Larry's doing.
Sorry.
He's singing in.
Why are they in
Spanish.
Argentina?
He's doing his dance.
tour?
No, he's doing a dance.
World tour.
Yeah.
What was he? And then Bob is
Larry.
translating, but
Come
Larry's
global.
insulting him the whole time. So you hear Larry, and then Bob's just like, "Look at the tomato, so sad. He can't dance." And then he's just confused. I like it. Hold on, I'm sorry.
So I appreciate you guys listening. I forgot to get another verse today. That's all me. So with that,
Ooh, I got a verse. Let me pull it up. It's in Deuteronomy. Give me a second. Act courageous and be strengthened. Do not be afraid and do not dread at the sight of them, for the Lord your God himself is your commander, and he will neither dismiss nor abandon you.
You do that in.
CFC?
have a good
morning,
Uncle.